Welcome to the Canvas tutorial for school counselors. So I just wanted to show you a couple of tips and tricks that I've learned through my Canvas course recently. One of the cool things that I found is that you can remove this color overlay. If that drives you nuts, you can't see the graphic as well, you can remove it. You can also change the color if you want. There's a variety of colors to choose from. So you can set it up how you want. This, just so you know, changes yours. It doesn't change your students. So let's just go into the 7th grade one, and I will show you some of the things that I have changed or updated. I want to show you how to set up this front page and all the elements that are in this. So this is our home page, and if you go into pages, I'm going to view all pages. So in mine, I have a variety of pages already set up, and you can designate any of these as your front page. In order to have a home page, you first have to set as a front page, and you just do that by clicking on these 3 dots and use as front page. So the one that we want is already selected. It's our home page. So we're going to go to that. Actually, we're just going to go to home, and I'll show you this. So here on our home page, this is where you can choose home page. So you can choose a variety of options: course module, assignment list, syllabus, or you can select your front page as your home page, and that's what we have here. So we'll keep that the same. And then if you're starting from scratch, your front page would already be set up. You would set that up first in pages, and then designate that as your home page. And to set it up, you would just create that page. We can go in and edit this, and it's very similar to when you set it up originally. For this one, I created a banner, and I just did this in Canva, and that could be a training for another day on how to use Canva for things like your Canvas classroom. And you can change the size of this header. You would just insert the image, upload image from your computer, and you would find it in the files and insert that. Once it's in there, you can change the size of it. So you can do it as a custom one, or you can do any of their already established ones. Just so you know, if you change one side, it will automatically change the other side to keep it in the certain ratio that it needs. So you won't, it's not perfect. It won't be the exact size maybe sometimes that you would want, but you can get it pretty close. And then I just have a brief description here, and then I set up our buttons using a table. I felt like that would really organize things well. I like the layout of it, and you can add as many columns and rows as you want to add to your buttons. But and then just underneath it, we have some information about our counseling center. And I want to show you how I created these buttons, and then I also want to show you where they go, and we'll show you that in just a second. But first of all, these buttons were all created in PowerPoint. And so I have them all right here. This is where they are, but I'll show you how I created those. So I just did some basic images, inserting shapes, basic shapes. And for mine, I just did the circle one. You could, just depending on the look you want, you could create a couple different shapes or combine different elements. It's up to you. And so I just did this first one, and I did as a fill and no outline. And then you can just change whatever color you wanted to. And then I did a second image, and this one is the opposite. This one has a fill or no fill and a border instead. And you can choose on your outline how thick you wanted it or whatever, but this one doesn't have a fill. And then I'm going to combine these two elements, just kind of offset that a little bit to kind of give it that look that I want. And then this graphic, this was created in Canva as well, and I'm just going to add that here. This would be my announcement button, and then here I'm going to select all of these elements here, and I'm going to group it together, and then I want to save this as a picture. So I click on that, and you choose whatever folder you want. Ours is in our counseling drive. And then I created a folder called Canvas, and then this is in the buttons folder. So I can easily find the button that I want when I want to insert it. And so then I would save it there. And then I'm going to go back to Canvas, And this is just inserted as an image, upload image, and then you find the one that you're looking for from your computer and submit. So I'm not actually going to do that because I don't want to change it. Again, I can edit my image, make it as, I just chose the small size so that it's all standard as much as possible. There's slight variations on each of these buttons because they're just slightly different sizes just because I did the overlay look. But it's close enough. All right, and then also I want it to link to different areas either within Canvas, or I have some of them actually going to an external link. And so I'm going to remove this link so I can show you how I add it. So I click on that image, so it's selected, and this one is actually going to an internal link. And instead of going to announcements button here, I actually set up an announcement under pages so that the students don't have to open up another thing. It's just, it goes right, opens up exactly what I want them to see. I find with students, the less they have to click, the more likely they are to see it. But who knows? You might want it in both places, because if it's in announcements, it'll actually show up on their feed and they may check it more likely than under pages. I don't know. So you play around with that. But now it's linked and it's going where I want it to go. So, and then always, of course, save your work so that you have it. I'm not going to save it because I don't want to change anything. So just to kind of show you where this goes or what it looks like for students, just click on the student view. And then you can scroll down to those buttons. Always double check your links and find out where they're going. And this one goes to our announcement slide, advertising our career week, which we will need to update because career week is now over. And then it also goes to our counseling website. And this one goes to scheduling an appointment, our virtual calming room. This one goes to the career week module that we have set up here for our career week. And then college week hasn't started yet, but this one will go to college week. Right now it's just going to an advertisement so that they know when the dates are and to come back for more information. This one goes to a Canvas tutorial. It's just a module that we have set up with different activities, mostly for our 7th graders to help them, but it could be useful for any student who has never used Canvas before. And then this one just goes to the Copper Mountain General website for some good information there. So quick, easy links for our students to easily access right through their Canvas page. I just quickly want to show you how to set up a module. So you go into modules. It's very user-friendly. You just click on Add Module. And we're just going to do it as a test. And then I can scroll down here at the bottom. And now I can start adding my elements. Maybe I want to add an assignment. And we're going to create it. Testing 1. And how you label this is totally up to you. Good way to do it though is whatever module number you want it to be. We'll do module 3 and page 1. So students can easily find, and you can figure out exactly what students are looking at if they have questions. Add this as an item. And then we can go in and edit our assignment. A good tip is to not necessarily build your content, your information in pages, but build it directly into the assignment or into the quiz, so that it will automatically pull up on students' feed. One thing that we've learned is that students, again, don't like to have to click on multiple things, and they'll just click on their daily tasks, things that they have to do, and they'll see an assignment or a quiz, and then just go ahead and click on that without getting any of the content that they need to be able to do the assignment or the quiz. Then they get frustrated because they're confused and they don't know what to do. So a good rule of thumb is just to build it together so that they don't have to click more things and it will pull up on their feed. Pages don't always pull up on their feed and they don't always click through the module. So then you would add your information here, assigning points, due dates, and then you would save, or if you're ready to publish, save and publish. So we're not actually going to do that. If you wanted to add a quiz to to this module. Let's go back to our module. And we would add a quiz. We're going to create a new quiz. You have two different options. You can do new quizzes or the classic quizzes. I encourage you to explore the new quiz options because it has lots of really cool and new features. So this could be something worth exploring. You're going to assign it to whoever you're going to assign it to. You're going to set up a due date. Probably have it open longer than that, but this is just to show you. And then you click on build. And it has lots of different options for you to add different items. Just click on the blue plus here, and you can choose a variety of different types of questions. A lot of them are really fun to kind of play with. This fill in the blank, you would set up your question, and then you can add all the different options of things that they would fill in the blanks there. Some of these are a little bit more difficult to show you without actually creating a question, and I don't want to take the time to do that. But I just encourage you to go in and play around with it. Some of them are quite fun. There's the hotspot one. You can have it be a picture, and then the student needs to click on the correct area of that picture, and you would select the hotspot for that correct choice. There's matching the definition with the term. Multiple choice, straightforward essays, pretty straightforward. But yeah, lots of different ones here. Worth exploring. So I'll let you guys explore that on your own. And that's what I have for you in Canvas. Thanks.